Hello friends, welcome to story time. So a few days ago we read this story. Do you remember the name of this story? What is the title of this story? We read Charlie Anderson, that's right. In the story, two sisters have a problem. Can anyone remember what their problem was? How do the sisters solve the problem? Do you remember? Let Miss Castine know. Okay, let's begin. Do you know it's story time, story time, story time? Do you know it's story time in our classroom today? So the title of this story is, what's it again? That's right, Charlie Anderson by Barbara Abercrombie and illustrated by Mark Graham. In this story, we had two vocabulary words. We have the word purr. Do you remember what the word purr means? Can you make that sound for me? Yes, friends, purr means it's the noise that the cat makes when it's feeling happy and loved. It is purring. Our next vocabulary word from the story is, do you remember what this word is? Worried. Worried is when you can't stop thinking about something or you feel nervous about something. You are feeling worried. Awesome, friends. Let's begin. And this time I'm going to need your help to tell me this story because this is our third time reading this book. So we should know what happens in this story by now. Okay, so Miss Castine is going to stop a few times so you can tell me what is happening. Let's begin. Charlie Anderson. One cold night, a cat walked out of the woods, up the steps, across the deck, and into the house where Elizabeth and Sarah lived. He curled up next to the fireplace to get warm. He watched the 6 o'clock news on TV. He tasted their dinner. He tried out their beds. He decided to stay, and the girls named him Charlie. Every morning, Charlie disappeared into the woods again. Where was Charlie going? Do you remember? Where was he running off to every morning? At night, when he came home, Elizabeth brushed him clean, fed him dinner, and made a space for him at the foot of her bed. He liked Elizabeth's bed the best. Sometimes she would wake up in the middle of the night and hear him purring. Friends, what's happening here? What are the girls doing with Charlie? Can you let Miss Castine know? Let's keep going. When it snowed, Elizabeth and Sarah's mother heated Charlie's milk before he left for the woods. He grew fatter and fatter, and every day he purred louder and louder. On weekends, the girls stayed with their father and mother in the city. They wanted to bring Charlie with them, but their mother said he missed the woods. Charlie's a country cat, she told them. He likes to play outside. What happens next? What is happening here? Can you tell me? The girls are saying, Charlie, Charlie. What are they doing? Let Miss Castine know. All night long, Elizabeth listened to the rain beating on the windows and on the roof. rattling the windows. Was he cold? Was he hurt? Where was Charlie? How was she feeling here, friends? Look at her face. She keeps thinking about Charlie. She's wondering about Charlie if he's okay. How is she feeling? Let Miss Cassie know. In the morning, Elizabeth and Sarah looked for him. They asked the lady down the road if she'd seen their cat. She said no and offered them cookies, but they were too worried to eat anything, even her chocolate chip cookies. They went to the new house on the other side of the woods. "Have you seen our cat?" they asked. "His name is Charlie. He's very fat and has gray striped fur." What is happening in this picture? So these two girls met a man and a woman, and they see this cat. Do you know who this cat is? That's right, it is Charlie Anderson. And whose house was Charlie Anderson in? He lives with the man and the woman. "But it's Charlie," Sarah said. He looked at her and purred louder. "Is he ever here at night?" Elizabeth asked. "Anderson is a hunter," said the man. "He prowls the woods at night. He likes to go in the woods for food, but there's a lot of trees. He likes to stay outside." "Charlie sleeps in my bed at night," Elizabeth said. "He leaves for the woods after breakfast." "Anderson comes home at breakfast time," said the woman. "He leaves right after dinner." They all looked at the cat. He sat at their feet, very happy and very fat. They call him, what's his name now? Charlie Anderson. Sometimes in bed at night, Elizabeth asks, "Who do you love best, Charlie Anderson?" And she can hear him purring in the dark. Just like Elizabeth and Sarah, Charlie has 2 houses, 2 beds, 2 families who love him. He is a very lucky cat. So friends, why do you think Charlie Anderson's owners decided to share him? Why do you think they decided to share Charlie Anderson with the 2 girls? Let Miss Castine know. And how will the girls feel when Charlie is gone? Now that they know where he is, do you think they would still feel worried? If they know that Charlie goes to the man and woman's house, do you think they will still feel worried if Charlie leaves? Let Miss Cassie know. And I wonder what Charlie used to do at night before he met Sarah and Elizabeth. Where do you think Charlie would go at nighttime? If you have an idea, let Miss Cassie know. I hope you enjoyed our story time. Bye, friends.